your mom's dead, okay?
Wait, what?
Your mom's passed away, okay?
Did Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
My mom.
Honestly, she asked me to.
This is Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her boyfriend, Nick Godejohn. Together, these two think they can get away with murdering Gypsy's mom, Dee Dee Blanchard, by throwing each other under the bus. But they're about to find out that it won't be so easy because detectives know far more than they realize.
You only her 4 times? Are you sure about that?
And as their interrogations proceed, dark and disturbing secrets will come to light, proving that what happened to Dee Dee was a plot far more complex than anyone could have imagined.
You never killed your mom?
No. Why did you think that it's me? I have always loved my mom. My mom and I are best friends. I'm sorry that I lied to you from the beginning. I'll tell you the truth all now.
On June 14, 2015, a disturbing Facebook post appeared on the shared account of 48-year-old Dee Dee Blanchard and her teenage daughter Gypsy Rose. Friends and family in Springfield, Missouri were immediately alarmed. Gypsy had severe health issues since birth, including muscular dystrophy, cancer, and epilepsy, and was unable to walk or care for herself. They went to the home and found Dee Dee's vehicle in the driveway, but there was no answer at the door, and a protective film covered the windows, making it impossible to see inside. Police soon arrived with a search warrant and entered the home, where they made a horrific discovery. Dee Dee's body in a back bedroom, stabbed to death seemingly days prior, and Gypsy nowhere to be found. Authorities now feared the worst, that a disabled child had been abducted, and the suspects had a 4-day head start on police. By analyzing the Facebook post, authorities traced the IP address to the home of Nicholas Godejohn in Big Bend, Wisconsin. When police raided the home the next day, they found Gypsy not only alive and unharmed, but able to walk. Both were taken into custody, where detectives not only want to know how Dee Dee ended up dead, but how what everyone thought was a sick teenage girl is now suddenly a healthy 23-year-old woman.
I want to tell you that what I've got to talk to you about, if you're involved in this, then you need to tell me that now. Okay?
I'm completely 100% honest.
And let me talk for just a second, okay? But if you're involved in this, then you need to be honest with me. You need to tell me now and not wait till later. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want you to understand that there's just some things going on that you need to be made aware of, and I think that you're aware of it. Okay. All right. My concern at this point. Let me back up with something. You're here. Do you know where you're at right now?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you at right now?
I'm at the Waukesha Police Department.
Okay. All right. And how did you lived in Missouri at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you get from Missouri to here?
Not about a week ago. It was it all started when I met my boyfriend Nick.
Okay.
And we met on an online dating website. My mom had a laptop, and so I used hers.
Okay.
But
let me back up a second for just a second, okay? Earlier when I said let's be honest with each other, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you as long as you're honest with me, okay? And I want you to understand that your honesty goes a long ways, okay? You don't want something in this nature to be like a big snowball. We'll use that as an example, okay? You don't want that snowball to be so big that you know how when you pack a snowball and it's real small, and what happens when you start rolling it down a hill?
It's bigger.
It's bigger, okay? And what happens if you start telling lies? They get bigger, and you don't remember which ones you said and which ones you told. And as soon as that thing gets so big, it goes down the bottom of the hill and it crashes into a lot of people, okay? I mean, a lot of people, all right? And it hurts a lot of people, right? Because it's so big and it crashes and hurts them.
Right.
Now, if you're telling the truth, that's not going to happen, is that right?
Right.
Okay, so that's kind of why I want you to be honest with me about this,
Absolutely.
okay? About some things, all right?
Absolutely.
So we need to, I'm here, okay? Because I don't think that this is something that you, the intention wasn't there. You know, I don't think you're a bad person. I really don't. I think that you're a smart person, okay? I think that you know, sometimes you get dealt bad hand, and I think sometimes that's what's happened with you, okay? And I want you to understand that you need to be honest with me, and if you're involved in anything, that I'm about ready to tell you, then you need to tell me. Okay.
Absolutely.
Your mom's dead. Okay. Now, what I want to ask you
Wait,
is
what?
your mom's passed away. Okay, and she's deceased. All right. Now, what I want to ask you, did you have involvement in this? Okay.
No.
Hang on. Listen to me for just a second. Okay. I want you to understand something. Okay. Remember the snowball that we talked about? You remember the pencil that we talked about? I'm going to demonstrate something with a pencil here, okay? Look at me. Look at me for just a second, okay? Sometimes people are going along, you know how you got a pencil? You got the lead here and you got the eraser right here, right? You know what I'm talking about? You've seen a pencil, right? You've used a pencil before, right? Okay? And when you write with a pencil, you write your own story, right? Okay? And you take that pencil and you're writing along with your story. Well, sometimes some people make mistakes when they write stuff down, don't they? We've all made mistakes. You've made mistakes. I've made mistakes, right? You ever made a mistake in your life?
Yeah.
And I've made mistakes in my life. And hang on just a second, okay? When you're writing this stuff down, all of a sudden you make a mistake. Well, what do you do with that mistake? You take that pencil and you flip it over and you start erasing stuff, okay? And you erase it and you recorrect it. And you take that pencil and then you rewrite your story, okay? And I kind of think that's where you're at with this tonight, okay? That you have a chance to rewrite your story. And I think that that's what you can do, is you can rewrite your story tonight, okay? Like I said earlier, I don't think you're a bad person. I really don't. You know, I don't think that that's you at all. And you're not out here, you know, doing things that are so bad that nobody wants to talk to you, nobody wants to be around you. I don't think that's you, okay? But what I do think, okay, what I do think is there's some stuff going on that you and I need to talk about. And why these things happen, okay? And that's where we're at with this, okay? Now, I want you to understand something, that you need to be, look at me, okay? Look at me for just a second, okay? You're in a situation where you can help yourself right now, okay? And that's what you need to do, okay? You've got to help yourself, okay? Because the more and more you let that snowball roll down that hill and get bigger, what's going to happen is it's going to explode. And that's what's going to happen with you, you know. You don't want that, do you? I don't think you do. I wouldn't want that. So we've got to rewrite history. We've got to rewrite some things, don't we? Okay? And I think that's where we're at with all this, right? What happened with your mom that night?
I don't know what happened with my mom at all.
Okay, just listen to me, okay, sweetheart? You know what happened to your mom, okay? You know exactly. Sweetheart, listen to me. Let's not go down that road of taking your pencil and writing a bunch of mistakes down. And then when you get to a certain point, that paper's gone, and guess what? You can't erase it, can you?
No.
You can't erase it anymore. Do you want that? I don't think you do. I think you're smart enough to understand where we're at with this, okay? I think you know, okay? And I know that you know, all right? I wouldn't be here if I didn't know. And I know the answer to a lot of these questions, okay? I already know them, okay? I know them, and I'm giving you a chance to be honest with me, okay? Because you don't want this thing to spiral out of control, okay? Your boyfriend's in here, okay?
Oh, he's here.
He's in here, okay? All right? And do you think that we've not talked to people?
No, I know.
Listen to me before you say a whole lot. Do not dig yourself in a bunch of lies, because what's going to happen, that snowball's going to get so huge, sweetheart, that it's going to explode on you, and you're never, ever going to dig yourself out of it.
Gypsy may pretend as if she's just now hearing about her mother's death, but the detective clearly isn't buying it, and by the time this case is through, a trove of digital evidence would prove she and Nicholas planned Dee Dee's murder for months. The only real question now is why, and as the detective tries to find out, it's clear Gypsy doesn't want him finding out.
So I want to know, okay, why?
Why?
Why did you guys hurt your mom? Okay,
We would never.
sweetheart,
hurt
look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Uh-huh.
I've got kids. I've been doing this for a long time.
I know, sir.
And I want you to understand something. Don't dig yourself that hole. Don't go down that path, okay? Because listen to me for a second. You go down that path, and what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to you if you go down that path? It's not a path to go down.
If anything, I don't tell lies.
Okay, then don't sit here and lie to me, because if you do, what's going to happen is it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You're not going to remember the ones that you've told other people. Okay, other people that I've probably already talked to. You understand that?
I understand.
Why?
Would you like me to start from the beginning?
I only want you to start from the beginning, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. And I'm glad you're making that progress, okay? I'm proud of you for that. But the first thing that we need to get out of the way right now is why. That's the biggest thing. Do you have, you've got friends that love you
Of course
and
I
care
know.
for you.
I know, and
You and your mom
yes,
have
of
friends
course.
that care for you.
I
And
know.
you know what? They're down the bottom of this hill with that snowball,
Mhm.
and they're asking all these questions. They're asking why.
I know.
Now, help me give them an answer as to why. Okay? You have to give me an answer as to why, because they are so concerned about you.
I know. I have a lot of friends in Missouri. I know that.
Okay.
And I would never hurt my mom.
Sweetheart,
I never would.
do you really want to dig yourself? You're digging yourself deeper. Okay?
No, seriously, I would never hurt
listen
her.
to me. Listen to me. Okay? I don't play around with that. Okay? I'm not going to play around with this. Okay?
Sir, I didn't do
Listen to me.
anything.
Listen to me. Don't let that snowball get bigger, because that's what you're doing right now. Okay? You have a chance. You have the opportunity right here and right now. Because once I walk out that door and that opportunity's gone, guess what? It's gone.
I know.
It's just like when that paper's taken away, when you're writing that pencil, you don't have a chance to erase that mistake. Okay? You need to, in your family, in your friends, you don't have very many family members, but you've got a lot of friends. And we've talked to them all, okay? And every one of them want to know why. That's all they want to know. They know they still love you. They still care about you. Listen to me for just a second, okay? All they want to know is why. And I have to give that to them, because they can't sleep at night. Because they want to know why. That's all they want to know. Okay? That's all they're looking at.
Sir, I have a million questions right now.
Okay,
That's all.
You know what? And I'm proud of you for wanting to ask those million questions. And you know what? We can answer those, okay?
Okay.
But we got to get down to the bottom of why.
Okay.
Okay? The why. And your friends
Mhm.
are very, very concerned about you. They all love you. But guess what?
Sure.
Those friends are standing at the bottom of that hill.
I
And
understand.
that snowball
I
is getting
understand.
ready to crush them, because they
I
want
think
to
I've
know
done
why.
things very, very clearly. You think that it's me? Why would you think that it's me? I have always loved my
Listen to
mom.
me.
My mom and I are best friends.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Please don't dig yourself in this hole. And that's what you're doing. You're still doing it. Okay?
Sir,
What do you not think that we've already talked to some people? Okay? Do you not think that we've talked to everybody? I mean, I'm not going to come in here without having all my things in line. Okay? I want you to understand that.
of course I
Okay.
understand that.
And- We need to get to the why. When we get to the why, then all these other questions I can answer for you, and we can move on with this. Okay? And you're the person that knows the why. You're the only person that knows the why. Okay? And that's where we're at with it. You're the only one that knows the why, and your friends.
Sir,
Do you really want to disappoint your friends?
no, of course not.
Okay, then
But
why?
may I please speak?
When we get to the why this happened,
I don't even really know what happened.
okay,
I came here because my mother kicked me out of my house. She and I were having relationship problems. I guess she wanted me to stay a little girl forever. She didn't really like my boyfriend. And she was like, pretty much, if you want to move to Wisconsin with him, fine, go. And I packed my stuff. She basically wanted me out of the house before then, because we kept on having arguments, but I'm not a violent person. I would never ever hurt her.
While Gypsy claims her troubled relationship with Dee Dee stemmed from a disapproval of Nick, the truth is far more complicated. The two had met online, first bonding over their social isolation and family troubles. Nick had a history of violent fantasies, and Gypsy was growing increasingly aware that she wasn't as sick as her mother had been telling her. Almost as soon as Gypsy was born, Dee Dee began fabricating her illnesses. She would shave her head, claiming it was hair loss from cancer treatments, and force her to use a wheelchair. Eventually, unnecessary medical interventions became involved: medications, doctor's visits, and even feeding tubes. It's called Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a condition where a caregiver fabricates, exaggerates, or even causes physical or mental illness in someone under their care, all for attention and sympathy. And that's exactly what Dee Dee got: charity, donations, and public attention, all because of her daughter's illnesses, the illnesses that were all a lie.
But I think what it is, I think there's a lot of frustration in your life. I think there's some things that you and your mom, you've already said that your mom, you kind of had some arguments and you kind of had some strained relationships, okay?
But we worked through
And you know what? And you work through it. You're right, you do. But sometimes that can get the better of people, okay? And I think that's kind of where you're at with that. I think that you're stressing your life because your mom wanted you to stay so little all the time. Finally got to a boiling point, and you just said, you know what? I'm done. No matter what, Mom, I'm going to go with my boyfriend. I'm going to do whatever I want now. You made a decision, okay? But we need to get to why this happened to your mom, okay? You know what? People make mistakes every day. You do, I do, we all do. We've established that. And I'm going to establish it every time because you know what? That's what this is. It's just a mistake. That's all it is, okay? It's not something that's so huge out here that's just, oh my gosh. It's a mistake. It's a simple little mistake.
My mom.
It's just a simple mistake is all it was, okay?
I don't know.
You know what?
I don't know.
You,
If I knew the basic facts of what is going on.
But all your friends are still down here, and all they want to know is why. They don't care about the details. They just want to know why, and they're concerned for you, and they still love you and they still care for you. Matter of fact, there's still a lot of people there for you,
I know.
and every one of them's asking me why. Detective Hancock, why? Why?
I don't know if you even know this, but my mom had guardianship papers for me, because I have a mental slowness about the age of like 14-year-old, and if in the case of anything should happen to her, I was supposed to go with my Aunt Rachel.
Okay.
And Uncle Ray.
Okay. Can we talk about why first? And I'm glad you brought that up, okay? Because I've talked to them.
Okay.
And you know what?
What?
They're this group of people that's sitting down here asking me why. Detective Hancock, why? With tears in their eyes. Detective Hancock, why?
Why don't you tell me why, please?
You tell me why, and then I'll tell you why.
I don't know why.
Yes, you do, sweetheart. You know exactly what's going on.
I don't. Please, I don't know what's going on.
Sweetheart, look at me, okay? Stop letting this get out of control. Stop. Yeah, you do know. And that's smart. I'm proud of you for saying that you know, because you do know. And you're going to let this get so far out of control that there's no way you're going to dig yourself out of it. And I'm here, okay? Because your family and your friends, and I know all of them are just your friends and they're not your family, but you might as well consider them family.
I do.
Because every one of them care about you.
I do consider them.
And I get phone calls all the time. Mr. Hancock, why? Mr. Hancock, that's all we want to know. Why? We still love her. We still care for her, but why? Mr. Hancock, we love her to death, but why? We love Gypsy. We care about her. Your Star Wars people, your buddies. Every one of them talked to me and said, hey, we want to know why. Hancock, we love her. Tell her we love her, but we want to know why.
I can just imagine how many people you've talked to.
And they all, you know what? And every one of them wants to know why. So I'm telling you that your family and friends love you. And I'll tell you who they are, but we've got to get to a certain point before we can get on with that. And I know you want to hear that. I know you do. I know you, sweetheart, I know you love your mom. I have no doubt that you love your mom.
I should have never left.
Good. Listen to me, okay? Don't you think your mom loves you? Don't you think your mom just is worried about you, loves you? Okay? But we gotta get down to the bottom of why. Okay?
I honestly didn't do anything to my mama.
Who did? Who did?
I don't know.
Do we want to go back to square one? You don't want to do that. We're too far into this. You don't want to go back to square one. How can I go back and tell all your loved ones and your friends that you love them and you told Mr. Hancock why this happened? Because I go back and I tell them, hey guys, I can't tell you why.
Please don't think I did it because I did anything to my mom because I didn't. Look, Nick and my mom didn't get along very good.
Okay.
But that's all I know.
So why do you think Nick did this?
I didn't say he did.
Sweetheart, I already know. I've already talked to people, okay? And right now,
He said he hated my mom, but because my mom didn't want us to be together. But I was getting on my mom's nerves. Her nerve medicine was running out. Her patience was getting very thin for me, sticking up for him every time.
so I'm proud of you. You did a good job.
So she asked me to stay away from him, and I promised her I would.
Okay.
And
And then what
but then
happened?
she just said, well, if you want to go, go. I
Okay.
guess out of love she did that.
Okay.
Because she wanted me to be happy.
So why did this happen to your mom? What was the reason for it?
I don't know. All I know is that
Why didn't it hurt her? Sweetheart, what was his reason behind this? And we're back to that why.
I can't see why. He knows I love my mom. He
Sure.
knows that she's the most important thing to me.
So why do you think he did this to her?
He only said something to me that he said that it's us against the world and that he's gonna protect me no matter what and that we were gonna get married and everything and nothing was gonna stop us.
Okay. Even your mom? So he took care of that, didn't he?
What do you mean? I don't think he would ever hurt her. I mean, he's very sweet. He's very kind. I mean, he doesn't like police that much. He's kind of a radicalist, I guess you would call it.
But why did Nick hurt her? Now's the time to be truthful, sweetheart. No more lies.
The only reason I can think of is because he wanted me to himself.
Okay.
Because my mom kept on getting in the way of us being together.
Sure she did. She didn't like Nick. She didn't want her little baby girl to grow up. She wanted to keep her little baby girl young, didn't she?
She said that there was something dangerous about him. She had a way of reading people.
Okay.
And she said that he seems like the head in a closet type of person that kind of murders and kills and
Your
like
mom was right.
Jeffrey Dahmer kind of person.
You think your mom was right? You know your mom was right. You hit it right on the nail on the head, sweetheart. You know your mom was right when she said that. You should know what? Okay. And how should you have listened to her?
I should have broke up with him.
Okay. Should you tried to stop him? Was he too strong?
He is very strong.
Was it hard for you to try to stop him? It was very hard for you to try to stop him, wasn't it? He's too strong with me. Yeah, I see that. Look at me. Did you try to stop him? Okay. Hey, I'm proud of you. Look at me. I'm very proud of you for that. Okay, this is the right step in my direction. Okay. How did you try to stop him? Did you try to pull the knife away from him? Was that a yes? I can't guess with your nodding, so that's why I'm asking you. It looks like you're shaking your head up and down. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. What did he do with the knife after all this was done?
I'm sorry that I lied to you from the beginning. I'll tell you the truth all now. I'll tell you.
Good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I love him so much, but maybe he can get help now.
Okay.
For his silent ways.
Maybe you can.
He killed my mom.
He killed your mom.
Yes, I know it.
How did you do that?
Gypsy tries her best to lie for Nick, but the detective gives her the cover she needs to come clean. So after she admits he killed Dee Dee, the question now is how, and even more importantly, why? But is Gypsy really coming as clean as she claims? Because as she tells the grisly story of her mother's murder, it's clear she's more interested in laying all the blame on her boyfriend than taking any of it for herself.
He was supposed to come and visit me.
Okay.
And I thought we were gonna go outside and we're just gonna sit together for a while on the porch. And
Out at your mom's house?
yeah.
Okay.
And he came inside and he started walking to my mom's room, and I told him that he needed to go outside. We need to go outside.
What was your mom doing at that point? Was she asleep? Or
She was asleep,
Okay.
and I got up to use the restroom. And at that point, he had put me in the bathroom, and he had locked the door.
Okay.
And he went to my mom's room, and I heard her cry. I heard him scream for my name.
You heard your mom crying. You heard your mom crying, and you heard your mom calling out your name. But
And I screamed.
she was screaming.
And
Proud of you, sweetie.
then he opened the door, and he was covered with his hands and and he had cut himself with his finger.
You know if it was his left hand or his right hand?
It was, gosh, I think it was this hand.
Okay.
And what happened was, he commanded me to clean him up.
Okay.
And
How did you do that?
I cleaned things up with wipes and
With like what kind of wipes?
baby wipes.
Baby wipes? Okay. What did you do with those baby wipes?
I threw it
Like in the bathroom trash or
in the garbage.
in the garbage? Okay. Is that
He says, you don't know how he is.
okay?
You don't know how violent he is.
I know.
You
I
don't
know.
know how he
Listen,
controls him.
listen. I know. Go ahead with your story. Okay. You're doing good.
And I was in shock. And then he took me to my bedroom. And he made me take off all my clothes off the bed.
So it made you take off your bed. Okay.
And then after he was finished, he made me grab my bag. And
Grab your bag.
my bag to pack stuff.
Okay. What was in the backpack?
Stuff like soap and
Okay.
things. Clothes. He picked out clothes for me.
Okay. What did the backpack look like?
It's a black backpack that says Facebook.
faith book on it,
Mhm.
black backpack. Okay.
And a pink suitcase.
A pink suitcase.
And he put my clothes in there. And after that, we called a taxi.
Okay.
And
Do you remember what company, taxi company it was?
just Springfield, yellow cab.
Yellow cab. Okay. All right.
And I know that helping him clean up was wrong, but he said I had to, and he grabbed me by the throat, and he said I had to,
Okay.
and so that's why I did it. And we took a cab back to his hotel.
Where was the hotel at?
The Days Inn on Kentwood Avenue, North Kentwood.
Okay. So over by Glenstone Avenue? Okay.
It's like by the Cracker Barrel.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we stayed there, and until we can get a bus, a Greyhound bus. But the Greyhound bus that he was gonna take to go back to Wisconsin, it was too full for me. So and he told them my name was Bella Godeshon,
Okay.
so they couldn't track me. And so we took the Greyhound bus, and we came here where we stayed for a few days at his parents' house.
Okay.
Gypsy claims she had no prior knowledge of Nick's desire to kill Dee Dee, but their texts and emails discussing the idea for months would eventually prove otherwise. Security footage shows the couple calmly checking out of Nick's motel room and then buying tickets at the bus station, fleeing town after a murder carefully planned. So how will Gypsy spin this story now that the truth is being revealed? By making Nick out to be a complete and utter monster.
Well, he said that
You
he
can use
would have.
whatever word you want. You're not in trouble.
He said he would have done way worse if he didn't care about me. He said he wanted to originally her too.
Okay. Did you go in and see your mom?
No. I didn't want to. No.
Proud of you.
Sir, I loved my mom so much.
I can tell you did.
If I would have known that I would
If you would have known this was going to happen, you would have never went with him. When you say you went with him, what do you mean by that?
I would have never gotten involved with him. He kept telling me that everything was going to be okay and everything that he did was for me because he worships me and he wanted us to be together.
He wants you guys to be together, told you everything would be fine.
Mhm.
What did you think that he meant when he said that?
I thought he would. He said he wanted to marry me.
Okay. How did that make you feel when he told you that?
Happy.
Sure.
Because we talked about getting married before.
But you knew your mom was dead at that time. Is that correct or not?
That is correct.
That's correct. Okay.
I want to protect him. But at the same time, I don't want to go to jail. Because I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm gonna get a little bit personal, okay? When you were in the bathroom and you heard your mom, can you kind of describe that to me? If you can, try to start from the beginning, the middle to the end.
I heard her wake up, kind of, and I heard
You heard her. You heard her.
and
Can you
yeah,
describe it to me? I know that's an awkward question,
startled,
but okay.
and then she kept louder and louder, and then she had said, "Gypsy, Gypsy," and
He isn't who?
Gypsy, my name. She was calling for.
She was calling?
She was calling for my
She,
name.
your mom.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I think I knew what he was doing.
At that point, you knew what he was doing,
I knew what he was doing, but
and your
I
mom
was
was hollering at you for you.
but I was too afraid to go because I was afraid he'd do the same to me.
So would it be safe that you kind of knew what he was going in there to do when he locked you in the bathroom? Okay. Did he tell you kind of what he was going to do? Did he make a comment or any kind?
No.
Okay.
But while he was doing it,
Now you say doing it. I can't guess. Part of my job is not to guess. So.
killing her,
Okay.
he said a comment. You won't keep us apart. You won't keep us apart. You'll be dead before that happens.
Where were you standing at? Where was he at? Whenever he said that.
I was in the bathroom with my hands over my ears like
Okay.
this, and he was in my mom's bedroom.
And that's when he was making that comment. You're not going to stand between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How'd you get these stuff around your neck? How'd you get all that?
They're hickeys.
They're just hickeys. Okay. How'd you get this?
That is a hickey, and that one's a bruise.
Okay.
And then
You're telling me this is a hickey? You've been honest with me this whole time now. Don't start lying to me now. What is this and how did you get it? I'm a guy. I would never give a girl an arm. Anything else you're leaving out? It's your last opportunity.
no, sir. That's it.
Nothing about you.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You never killed your mom.
No,
Never touched her with a knife.
no, never did, sir.
You never agreed. Told him that you knew he was going to kill her.
I never.
What do you think she's going to tell me?
He's gonna tell you that I came here just to see him and that he didn't do it.
So he's not going to tell me that you had any part of this.
I don't know what he's gonna say.
Okay, I'm asking you direct and straight.
Mhm.
You don't think he's going to tell me that you had anything to do with your mom's killing? And this is the time to be honest, because like I told you, walk out that door.
He has a romantic notion of us doing everything together as a team, but I didn't want this. I wanted my mom and him to.
So did you kill your mom?
No, sir.
Did you help
No, sir.
Nicholas kill your mom?
No, sir. No, sir.
Did you have knowledge that Nicholas was going to kill your mom
No, sir.
before he did it?
No, sir.
Okay, sit tight for me, okay?
Gypsy wants the detective to believe she had nothing to do with her mother's death, but when asked if Nick would say the same, she seems uncertain. So as detectives go to speak with him, they want to know, is Gypsy as innocent as she sounds? Or did she take a page from Dee Dee's playbook and masterfully manipulate him into doing her dirty work for her?
As you can imagine, we've talked to Gypsy a lot tonight.
Because it's been quite a wait.
Yeah. So we've talked to her, and she told us a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to you guys. And so I kind of just want to talk to you and start from the beginning, maybe like how you guys met or whatever. You know, is that? Can we start from where you guys met? Would that make you feel comfortable?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Where did you guys meet?
It was a site called ChristianForDatingFree.com.
Okay. Is that like a dating site?
Yeah, it's for
Okay.
Christians, but it's meant to be free.
Okay. So you don't have to pay any money for it. It's just a place you can go to meet people?
Yep.
Okay. And have you met a lot of people on there?
I met a couple others before I met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you guys have like names or how do you know who you're talking to?
She, when I talked to her, it was, where it actually had her name as I was reading it. So
What is her name?
her name is Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so your relationship, what kind of relationship was that you guys started?
It was a one of those committed ones.
Okay,
Committed relationship.
to each other, committed to each other.
Yep.
So you were on there looking for other people and she wasn't looking for other people.
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
That's exactly what I
so-
mean.
And so did you guys start communicating other ways other than that website? Since you're a couple now.
Yeah, we tried to do a site called meetme.com,
Okay,
but that gets confusing because there's so many. I have so many friends on there.
okay,
And then other than that, what else was it? There was they did do Facebook for a little while too.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
And what is your name on Facebook?
It's my name. I think it's very young.
Okay, and how about hers?
Well, actually, she got rid of hers recently.
Okay,
Because me and her, because I don't know how much she told you. I hope she told you everything that I do know also.
okay,
Apparently from what she told me, her mom kicked her out of her house.
okay,
So she texted me to pick her up.
okay,
And what happened was I got on a bus about a day later, about in the afternoon of that day.
okay,
And then I got back to, what was it? I believe it was Springfield. Is where she
Okay.
lives. Yeah, that's where it is. Because I'm all loopy from Pizza Way
okay,
so long. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. I as soon as I got there, I walked straight to a hotel, and then I let her know that I was at the hotel.
okay,
It wasn't until the 10th is when I was able to actually get her to meet me.
okay,
What happened was I told her exactly where I was on the actual, what road it was
Okay.
and everything else, where the actual hotel was.
okay,
And after that, she didn't really text me for a long time. I was confused on why.
okay,
And then as I'm going outside my hotel room,
uh-huh,
I end up running into her
okay,
as I'm trying to go get an actual like soda.
okay. So you're going to get a soda and you just run right into her?
It was right on the same level that my hotel room was on.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then I realized it's her, so I'm like, okay, I guess I opened my door back up, and then because apparently she packed because she knew her mom was going to kick her out,
Okay,
and I had to bring all of her clothes and everything else back into my hotel room, so this
Okay.
way she had somewhere to put it.
okay.
And then after that, I asked her if she wanted to get a soda with me, and then she walked with me.
Where'd you go get a soda at?
It was an vending machine that was outside
Okay,
that the hotel usually
okay.
provides.
And then what happened?
And then me and her pretty much stayed inside the hotel for pretty much the entire time for my. Because the thing is, with my bus ticket, it was a round trip. So at first I thought I'd be able to get her back since she wanted to move in with me, obviously, because that's just when she's up here. But when she got a hold of me and then me and her actually went to the bus station, I learned that she actually couldn't get a bus with the same one that I already had. I had to redo my actual schedule.
Okay,
So after that, I did it. I got it renewed for pretty much nothing. It was free.
okay,
And then I helped her with her bus ticket afterward.
okay. Did you give her money for it or?
No, I paid for it for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you guys get here's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ride a Greyhound each time you went?
Yeah.
All the way
yeah.
to buses?
There was no other bus station.
So where's the bus station stop at here?
Here it stopped in Milwaukee.
Okay. And then how did you get from Milwaukee to your house in Big Bend?
My mom picked us up.
Oh, okay. So then what do you call mom and say, hey, we're here, come pick us up?
Yeah.
And so is that the first time that your mom ever met your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess she's your girlfriend, if she's your
Yeah, she
girlfriend.
is. Yeah, she is.
And you
my-
love her?
Oh, do I ever?
You love her a lot?
I was bummed my eyes out waiting for this moment where I can talk to you
Okay.
because I was so worried about her.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. We spoke to her and for a long time. And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think you would want her in that situation, okay? The situation that she's in right now. And so we're going to go down two paths here, okay? And that is just, you're gonna have to be honest with me.
Okay.
Because if you love her, if you love Gypsy, then you're not gonna let Gypsy get in trouble without you being there to help her, okay?
I understand.
And so what you need to know is that Gypsy told us everything.
Okay.
We didn't talk to Gypsy all this time and not get everything.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, Nick, I want you to do the honorable thing, okay?
Okay.
For Gypsy and for your family, okay?
Okay.
Because we know what happened. And I want to give you the opportunity to start over and to tell the truth, okay? And the truth is not what you've told me.
How much have I told you to believe is the truth?
I believe the part that you got on a bus and went to Springfield,
Okay.
I believe that's true.
Okay.
That you ordered food to eat, I believe that's true.
Okay.
I believe that it's true that at some point Gypsy came back with you to the motel. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe Gypsy got on a bus and came here with you. I believe
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's all I believe.
Nice guy Nick claims to have just been helping Gypsy out of a bad situation, but this detective knows he was up to much more than that. Because while he does a decent job retracing his trip, he conveniently leaves out some key details, like his visit to the Blanchard home. So now that the detective's already caught Nick lying, she lets him know what the stakes are.
And I understand that you missed a lot because you don't know what to say because you don't know what Gypsy said. I understand that.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you right now, Gypsy did tell me everything. She told us everything. She told us about you coming there. She told us what happened to Mom. She told us about your guys' relationship. She told us about the cleanup. She told us about all of that. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you want to do the right thing by Gypsy if you love her?
Well, the truth is I worship her, so
I know you
there's
do.
no way I wouldn't do it on
I know.
would think for her.
I know you do. I believe you do. But this is the point where you're going to prove whether you do or not, okay? When me and you talk,
Okay.
okay? Because it's not fair. It's not fair to Gypsy for her to be honest and you to lie, okay?
Mhm.
So what I want to know is can you tell me this first?
Okay.
Did Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
Honestly, she asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she ask you to do that?
Because she felt it was her only way to be with me.
Okay. She felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could be with you.
Yeah.
Do you know the mom's name?
I don't know her real name. All I know is that she goes by Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Okay. So, has Gypsy asked you to kill anyone else?
No.
Okay. She just wants you to kill her mom.
Yes.
Okay. And how did Gypsy ask you to do that? Did she ask you to do that in a text message, on a Facebook, or in person, or something different?
Well, it was more than once. I mean, you had Facebook. We would talk about it on there. We would talk about it even on Texas.
Okay. And what kind of things would Gypsy tell you that she wanted you to do?
She wanted. The thing is that I know she loves her mom a lot. I know she does.
Yeah.
I had I was up here with her, and she felt guilty about the whole situation. I had to make sure she was safe, and meaning like I had to make sure she felt like she could be comforted by me.
You. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because and then the truth is, okay, I'll admit it. I did actually. I will admit it.
I know. Okay.
The only reason I did it is because I did it for me and her. That's the real reason I did it. I would have never did it if it was not for me and her.
Okay. So you wouldn't have done it if somebody else would have asked.
No,
Okay.
there's no way I would have did it for anyone else.
Okay. So you just
'Cause I
did it.
truly do worship her to the point there's nothing I want to do for her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you've proved that, right?
Yes.
I think that you've proved that you do what she asked you to do, if that's the case, if she did ask you.
Yeah, she did ask me.
Okay. And she asked you more than once.
Um,
Did she ask you why you were here?
she asked me more than once because what happened was at first she wanted because the thing is that she wanted to do it herself, but she was too what's the word not cautious. It's I guess skittish is the word I'm looking for. She
Okay.
didn't want to actually do it
Okay.
because she couldn't live with herself doing it.
Okay.
And as for me, I honestly to this day I still feel guilty about it.
Okay.
I do,
Right.
because I didn't, because I learned so much about her mom after she told me and more about it after actually being able to live with her for a little while.
Right.
I actually realized how great of a mom she was.
Okay. So it kind of makes you feel a little guilty.
No. I feel a lot more guilt than that.
Okay.
While Nick now readily admits he was the one who stabbed Dee Dee, he claims it was all at the direction of his beloved Gypsy. The story is a far cry from Gypsy's in nearly every way, and one thing's clear: each blames the other for Dee Dee's death. But now that the dam's broke, Nick is much more willing to spill the details, one that paints Gypsy in a much darker light than her white knight intends.
So when you came here to Springfield, that was your purpose to come here so that way you could do that for Gypsy?
Yes, because I wanted to be with her and I
Okay.
wanted,
So did Gypsy know you was coming here then to go ahead and kill Dee?
yes.
Okay. So why did you guys decide that you would shoot her instead of shooting her with a gun or poisoning her or beating her with a bat? Like, why did you guys decide it would be what you did to kill her?
Honestly, the thing is we really wouldn't have known how to poison her. Honestly, we wouldn't have known how to.
Okay.
I mean, she looked up multiple times of how to do it because she wanted to find the quickest way to do it.
Okay, so like she looked up on the internet,
Yes.
like how to kill her mom?
Yes.
Okay. And so she was looking for the easiest way to do it?
Yes, this
Okay.
way she would be in less pain. She wanted
Okay.
her mom quick.
Okay. Okay, so you wouldn't have known how to do the poisoning. And so, again, why did we choose the knife? Like, why
The
did
reason
you?
why we chose the knife is because I guess she thought that it'd be quicker if she quickly.
Okay. Now, did she tell you that, or is that something you think she thought?
Most likely that's what I would think she would.
Okay, but she didn't tell you to because she'd bleed out quickly.
No,
Okay.
that's what I figured she would think because it makes sense.
And so, how did you get the knife? Like, where'd the knife come from? Did you bring it with you from here?
No.
Okay. Did you buy it somewhere?
She bought it for me.
Who bought it for you?
Gypsy.
Where'd she buy it from?
Online.
She bought it online?
Or wait, no. It was not online. I gotta get that straight. It's not.
Yeah,
online.
don't lie, because you don't want to get Gypsy in trouble for something because you're gonna lie about it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. She somehow found a way to get one at Walmart. I don't know how she did, but she did.
So you didn't bring a knife from here?
No.
So when you got here, she had a knife?
Yeah.
So did she know you was,
Yes.
okay, so when you're D, where is she at?
She's on her stomach.
On her stomach where? On the floor, in the bathtub, or somewhere different?
On her on the, oh my gosh, I gotta let my mind work. Oh, I don't know, 1 second.
You're fine, take your time.
She was on the bed. Her bed.
Her bed, in her bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. So was she sleeping on her stomach or just laying there
Yes.
watching TV or?
Sleeping on her stomach.
Okay, so she's laying in her bed sleeping on her stomach. Is she covered up with covers or uncovered or?
It actually when I did it, it seemed like she had her, it was almost like a nightgown on. It seemed like,
Okay,
and she barely even was covered at all.
okay,
So it
okay,
was easy access to her.
okay. So she didn't have a bunch of covers on her. It made it a lot easier to
Yeah.
do that. Okay. You her 4 times? Are you sure about that?
Well,
Okay,
but I did actually cut her one other time besides that.
okay. Where'd you?
On the back of her neck.
Now, did Gypsy come in?
No.
Gypsy.
And she couldn't do it. That's
Okay.
usually why she asked me to.
Okay. Did you try to get Gypsy to come in?
No, I would have never done that.
Okay. So when you say 4 actual, so those are the ones that went in deeper?
Yeah.
Was there some little ones or?
There might have been because the truth is I counted the ones that went in deep. I didn't count any other if there's any other ones.
Okay. So if there's any other ones, you just didn't count those because they didn't go in as deep.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know that 4 of them went in deep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then She wanted to, so I did.
Okay, she wanted to have you?
Yes.
Okay, and so where'd you guys
In her bedroom.
in
Her bed.
her bed? In
Yes.
Gypsy's bed?
Yes.
Okay. So was she wiggling? Like trying to get away from you or?
Yeah, she did try to put up a fight. Yes,
Okay.
she did.
Did you tell her who you were or did you say anything to her?
Well, yeah, actually I did.
What
But
did you say?
The thing was, it was like a different form of myself though.
Okay, it's not like how you are.
The thing is that I don't know if she told you, I don't know how much she told you about me, but the me you're talking to right now is my normal good self, and that's the reason I feel the guilt I do.
Okay.
But the one who actually did all this, the thing is, the good side of me, originally refused to do it.
Okay.
And that's the reason why it was instant that it happened right away,
Okay.
because my evil side is what actually did it.
Okay.
And, what was it? The one thing he said was, you're dead to me, is one thing he said.
Who said?
That part of me said. My
Okay.
evil side of me said.
Okay.
And, what things did he said
No, I want to
something.
know what you said. Was you saying anything to Dee?
No, I didn't say anything to you, because that side of me wasn't me.
Okay. Did that other side say something to Dee?
Yeah.
What did that other side say to
The
Dee?
other side, that's one of the things that the other side said was you're dead to me. That's one of the things.
Okay. What else?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things and I can't remember them all up.
Was you just saying them? You know, how some people sometimes just ramble.
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't ramble.
Okay.
But, I think one of the things he said was stop resisting, you know you're dead.
Okay.
I think that's one of the other things he said.
Well, it's you that's saying it.
I know, but it's the thing is that I have
You just got angry.
more than one person inside me. There's actually multiple personalities of myself.
Have you been diagnosed with that?
I probably should be diagnosed with it because it happens. The thing is, I used to take medication because I
Okay.
used to hear voices in my head,
Okay.
and it went away. Then it somehow went as part of myself.
Okay.
So
Does Gypsy know that?
yes,
Okay.
she does know that.
Okay. Because some people use that as an excuse to cover up for the bad things that they do. So if that's what you're doing, that probably
No,
isn't
I'm
a good
not covering
idea.
it. I'm covering it.
That's not being a man and standing up and doing what's right. If you're gonna do
Well,
that.
that's like I said. I told her my part of me you're talking now, my good part of me, I refused to do it, and I told her either.
Well, is the good part of you what got you on a bus and brought you to Springfield, Missouri to kill Dee?
Well, it was it was to actually see her, but as for the killing part, that was solely my evil side.
No matter what side of Nick's committed the murder, the results would be the same. Based on the circumstances, including Gypsy's lifelong hardships and the fragile emotional state it caused, it would be him who was seen as the primary offender in Dee Dee's death. Nicholas Gojohn was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Prosecutors quickly realized the delicate nature to Gypsy's case, and she was held in protective custody as a result. She later accepted a plea deal for 10 years in prison, a decision which would spare her a trial while acknowledging both her role in the crime and as a victim. She was released after 8.5 years and claimed that after living with her mother, prison felt like the first time she had any real freedom. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.